Evan.
What are you putting in that then?
Okay, you guys
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom, everyone on both Zoom and YouTube. And it's a joy to be together on this Shabbat. We want to say Mazel Tov to Sophia and her family and friends. She is going to be absolutely fantastic tomorrow. And it really is a joy to celebrate. And this week we also mark Veterans Day. And we think of all of those in our country who serve in the armed forces. Last 2 years, as I was in Virginia, near the Pentagon, we had a lot of current and former members of the service. So Veterans Day Shabbat, when we did the blessing for those in the military and those retired and their families, 2/3 of the congregation would come onto the bima for the blessing. And there was a tremendous amount of pride in service to our country. And I often at this time think of Mickey Marcus, who was an officer in the Army and who fought in World War II, and then went on to lead the armies of Israel. And on his grave at West Point, there's the epitaph, a soldier for all humanity. And I always like to pay tribute to him at this time of year. We continue now with Shalom Aleichem.
Please sing along. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi melech malachei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Shalom aleichem, shalom aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shuvchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. we welcome the Monaco family to lead us in the lighting of the candles for Shabbat.
Yeah, maybe let
And then you can work the computer. Okay, go ahead, Seth, go.
I'm gonna know.
Stop.
Okay, she's gonna do it. We got. Go ahead. Go. Take a deep-
Baruch atah Adonai. Stop. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
You're not doing that. Oh wait, am I doing that?
Yep. Read.
Okay.
Okay.
May God bless you.
May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May God's presence be lifted up toward you, and may God grant you peace.
Ready for the Kiddush?
Go ahead.
Oh,
Well, pick it up.
1 second.
It's also on the screen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Did I drink it yet?
Keep going.
Good.
But wait, keep going. There's more.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'oreshit ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kibanu baharta v'ertanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodsheha ve'ahava u'ratzon hinheltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim.
Do we pass them to people? Don't drink all
Drop,
of it.
it's covered.
Cover it.
We look forward to celebrating with you tomorrow for more good things. Mazal Tov and Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue with Rabbi Corbin.
We continue with Lecha Dodi, welcoming in the Sabbath bride, welcoming in Shabbat to bring us blessing and joy. Lecha Dodi lingat kala yala 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 Shabbat lekabela Lecha Dodi lingat kala yala 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 ve'ola. Toch emune am singula. Boi chala, boi chala. Lecha dodi likat kala. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Shabbat. Lecha mela. Lecha dodi likat kala. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Shabbat. Lecha bela. Continue with Chatzi Kaddish. You are still standing, remain so. If you feel comfortable rising, please do so in body or in spirit. Yitgadal ve'yitgadash shemei Rabba, ve'almadi vrachir tevi amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchayedecho beit Yisrael, bangala, bangala, ubizman kariv, v'meru amen, yeheshmei Rabba mevarach, ve'alam ulal me'al maya, itbarach, itbarach, ve'ishtabach, v'itba'ar, v'itramam, ve'itnaseh, v'itadar, v'italev, v'italal, shemei dekudasham, brichu, leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'meru, amen.
Bless Adonai, who spins day into dusk. With wisdom, watch the dawn gates open. With understanding, let time and seasons come and go. With awe, perceive the stars and lawful orbits. Morning dawns, evening darkens, darkness and light yielding one to the other, yet each distinguished and unique. Marvel at life. Strive to know its ways. Seek wisdom and truth, the gateway to life's mysteries. Wondrous indeed is the evening twilight. Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shokbeinu v'kumenu, nasiach b'chukecha. V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha. להסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. If you are still standing, you may be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Balance us, God, like angels, dancing on the head of a pin. Sing with us in harmony. Let our voices become more than the sum of their parts. We match kindness with justice. The beauty takes my breath away.
We join together in the words of Mi Chamocha. This one is a rhythmic version. So I'll invite you, as you feel comfortable, you're gonna hit your knees, clap, and then snap. I know it's hard to see when I'm hitting my knees. Ready? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Torah tehilot, oseh feleh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Torah tehilot, oseh feleh. Malechutecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Zelianu ve'amru, Adonai imoch le'olam va'ed. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Torah tehilot, oseh feleh ve'ne'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov, uge'alo mi'ad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Torah tehilot, Ose fele.
For Pashkivenu, a thought. One of my teachers was in the Israeli army, the IDF, and he was observant, and his platoon was on service in Lebanon. And all of a sudden, they came under attack. And when they came under attack, my friend was in the middle of davening the morning service with his tefillin on. And he immediately went to take off his tefillin to join the troops. And the other members of his platoon said, "You keep praying and we'll fight." And it's just a powerful story for veterans of the power of prayer, even in time of crisis. And with that, we think of Chashkivenu, of God's peace spreading over all of us.
Thank you, Rabbi Crystal, for that story. Sets a beautiful tone. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomrenu l'chayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Now, we turn it over to Sophia, who will lead us in Vishamru.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah, she got it,
I
Carmen.
got it, Mommy. 1 second. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam b'rit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam b'rit olam. Beni uvein B'nei Yisrael, oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam b'rit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam b'rit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat v'nafash, shavat v'nafash, shavat v'nafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'doratam b'rit olam.
Yasher Koach, Your leadership this evening is just a taste of the leadership that I know you will show tomorrow morning, Sophia. And we hope that as you take your place as an adult in our community, that you continue to be a leader within our community, our youth group, and in other ways, just as I know that your mom has been a leader in our synagogue. Mazel Tov and Shabbat Shalom.
We invite you to rise if you are comfortable doing so for the opening of our community prayers in the Amidah. Adonai, Sifatai Tivtach, Ufi Yagid, Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sifatai Tivtach, Ufi Yagid, Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד. בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידה מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני בחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. May be seated. And please join along. I long to change the world, but I rarely appreciate things as they are. I know how to give, but I don't always know how to receive. I know how to keep busy, but I don't know how to be still. I talk, but I don't often listen. I look, but I don't often see. I yearn to succeed, but I often forget what is truly important. Teach me, God, to slow down. May my resting revive me. May it lead me to wisdom, to holiness, to peace, and to you. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Prayers are invitations, beckoning holiness and awe, radiance and wonder, to join in this moment, summoning compassion and grace, healing and hope, to spread their wings. Quiet now, listening to the blessings from the earth and the prayers in the wind. They yearn for you, calling out to join in the chorus. Breathe and sing out with your spirit and your voice. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levarecha b'yira na'avod.
When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulachana elehodot.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. V'tov b'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Baruch atah Adonai oseh shalom. Baruch atah Adonai hamavarech et amo Yisrael bashalom. We can take the next few moments to offer the prayers that may be within our own hearts and our own personal supplications. Oseh shalom bimroma uyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Amen. Ve'imru amen. Ve'imru amen. Ve'imru amen.
Mishaberach imotenu v'avotenu, our God and God of our mothers and fathers, God of Sarah and Abraham, Rebekah and Isaac, Leah, Rachel, and Yaakov, as you have been with our ancestors, with all who are in need of your healing. Send them healing of body, mind, and spirit. Eternal God, may the light of your presence be with them for comfort and strength. Sustain their dear ones with your goodness and love, and guide their caregivers to have skilled hands and understanding hearts. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, O God, who sends strength and healing to the ill. Amen.
With those words of healing and the words of healing from the Mishaberach that Debbie Friedman wrote, I'll invite you to put names into the chat of those you are thinking of who are in need of healing of mind, healing of body, healing of spirit. And I'll offer those names out loud between the first and second verses. The first verse being a reminder for us that each of us also needs courage and blessing. Please join with me. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing and let us say Amen. On this Shabbat, we think of Liba Bat Sarah Gita, Howard Block, Helene Pretter, Jane Siegel, Judy Wolfson, Ruth Bronston, Judy Bronston, Barbara Salermo, Michael Tillman, Bob Schuster, Deb, Kara, Robin Neft, Lynetta Neft, everyone with COVID-19. Ron Kasovsky, Sue Horn, Stacy Shapiro. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We offer a prayer for all of our veterans. We join together. God of compassion, God of dignity and strength, watch over the veterans of the United States in recognition of their loyal service to our nation. Bless them with wholeness and love. Shelter them, heal their wounds, comfort their hearts, grant them peace. God of justice and truth, rock of our lives, bless our veterans, these men and women of courage and valor, with a deep and abiding understanding of our profound gratitude. Protect them and their families from loneliness and want. Grant them lives of joy and bounty. May their dedication and honor be remembered as a blessing from generation to generation. Blessed are you, protector and redeemer, our shield and our stronghold. So the other day I had to tell Yuval to be nice. Flower, my shy little cat, had come over to get some attention, and Yuval got very excited. And in his excitement, he started petting Flower a little bit more forcefully than she likes. You know, somewhere between hitting and petting and grabbing. He's still working on that motor control, so it wasn't as though he was trying to hurt or scare her, and I'm sure that he had no clue that she was scared or uncomfortable, but I could see that she was reaching the limits of her tolerance. So I helped him pet her more gently and told him to be nice or she would leave. In other words, I was teaching what he had to do in order to get Flower to do what he wanted. Hold on 1 second, there we go. Our parsha shows a different way of being. Abraham's servant has arrived in the city of Nahor, Abraham's hometown, to find a wife for Isaac. He prays that God will show kindness to him by giving him a sign that he has found the right woman. The servant names exactly the sign he's looking for. When he asks a woman at the well to give him a drink of water, she'll not only let him drink his fill, but also bring water for his camels. No sooner does he finish praying when Rebecca comes and does just that. Rebecca here is not just nice, she's kind. A nice person might have smiled politely, given him a sip of water and gone on her way. Rebecca, in her kindness, sees the servant and immediately notices a weary traveler who could use assistance. Her task to bring water home gets set aside as she focuses her energy on caring for the servant and his animals. Perhaps she recognizes the wealth that he brings with him and hopes to earn a few shekels. Maybe she knows that wells are the best place to meet your true love. But she and her family seemed surprised enough by the gifts that the servant does give her that it's more likely that she's just this kind to everyone. Rebecca invites the servant to spend the night with her family and runs home. Her brother Laban sees the gold jewelry that the servant has given her, and the next thing you know, he starts conniving. I can imagine him thinking, ooh, a rich man is coming to spend the night. Let's make him comfortable and maybe he'll give us more gifts. Laban clears out a place in the barn for the animals, has tons of food prepared and a bath readied, and runs to bring the servant home. Until he finds out what the servant wants, Laban acquiesces to every request. It seems like he's being kind, except that he starts to bargain as soon as he realizes where his power lies. That makes it clear that all of his interactions with the servant are a nice veneer to make his greed look like kindness. Let's be clear. Even though we often use niceness and kindness interchangeably, ultimately they're very different concepts. Niceness is about pleasant appearances, which usually means fitting into social norms. Kindness, on the other hand, is about care and empathy, a recognition that we can help someone. Sometimes niceness and kindness overlap. When someone sees me lugging Yuval in his car seat out of the doctor's office and holds the door open, they are being nice and showing me kindness. Especially if he's screaming from getting a shot, they're often gone before I can catch my breath to say thank you. They're engaging in both the social norm of holding a door open for someone else and doing it because they know that new parents appreciate that extra hand. Sometimes, though, people can be nice without being kind, and vice versa. In high school, there was a guy who always insisted on opening the door for me. If I arrived at the door first and held it open for him, he would try to take the door out of my hand so that I could go through first. He thought it was gentlemanly, but he did that entirely for his own benefit, not mine. It was about him looking good, not him caring for me or noticing that I needed help. If he had really wanted to be kind, he would have walked through the door I was opening for him so we could both get to class on time. He might not have appeared to have been nice in that case, but he would have shown concern for me, and that would have been kind. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing inherently wrong with being nice. It's just that most people use niceness to benefit themselves. We get annoyed when we hold the door open and don't get a thank you. We take on an extra project at work in the hopes that we'll get a promotion or a bonus. We take care of a friend when they're sick and expect them to return the favor. It's natural and pretty normal. It's just not truly kind. Jewish tradition is much more concerned about kindness than niceness. The Hebrew word for kindness is chesed, and it's a mitzvah, a commandment. So just as an aside, if you haven't heard me say this dozens of times, I'm going to reiterate, a mitzvah is a commandment, an obligation, a sacred obligation, not a good deed. So chesed, kindness, is a mitzvah. It's the obligation we have to care for others in our community. It's what we owe to others because they, as beings made in the divine image, deserve it. One of my Bible professors, Rabbi Dr. Andrea Weiss, often translated chesed as dutiful kindness. The word chesed appears multiple times in this week's parsha. The servant calls upon God's chesed when praying for a successful outcome to his search for a wife for Isaac. He recognizes Rebekah's chesed when she draws water for all of his camels. But when the servant asks for chesed from Laban, Laban refuses to give it. Oh, he's quite nice about it. Let's be clear. He says that if God has indicated that Rebekah should be Isaac's wife, then she will be. But he doesn't respond with chesed. There's no concern for Rebekah's well-being or concern for the servant, Abraham or Isaac. There's just concern for himself. Later on, we'll see just how bad Laban is at being in relationship with other people, but we get those first hints here, where he refuses to show chesed to the servant. It's hard to take our own egos out of the acts of kindness that we do. We want to feel good and be appreciated. But we also need to recognize that true kindness, true chesed, is the basis of a healthy community. Each of us deserves it, and each of us is responsible for offering it. It brings us together, connects us, and strengthens us as a community. For now, Yuval isn't quite able to understand that he needs to treat Flower with the respect and kindness that she and all of God's creatures deserve. He's still developing his empathy, not to mention still trying to figure out how to control all of his muscles. But part of my job, part of each of our jobs, is to teach him and each other that being nice is not enough. We also need to be kind. Shabbat Shalom. Rabbi Crystal, I believe you are giving the announcements this evening.
Yes, I am. Our musical program is made possible with generous support by Edgar Snyder and an anonymous donor. Torah study is tomorrow at 8:30. The informal Shabbat morning service at 9:15. And the bat mitzvah, as Sophie becomes bat mitzvah, will be at 10:30 in the morning. Havdalah and soul music of Nigunim will be at 6:30. Hartman Learning, the future of Jewish peoplehood, is Sunday at 9:15. Men's discussion group is Sunday at 9:30. And Breshit, the singing Torah, is at 10:30. What's it all about, God? An introduction to Jewish mysticism with me on Monday at 7. Rosh Chodesh group is Tuesday at 7:30. Parashah is Wednesday at noon, and evening meditation is Wednesday at 6. Intro to Judaism, you can still register online, is Thursday at 7. And next week we have Tat Shabbat and we have birthday blessings. Shabbat Shalom.
Please rise as you are comfortable for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn now to those who have died at this time in years past and those who have died in recent days and weeks. On this Shabbat, we think of the Yartzites. In the coming week, we remember Evelyn Adelson, William E. Alexander, Erna K. Bauer, Sadie Belkoff, Doris Bennett, Harriet Gusky Bennett, George Berman, Edward Boltson, Nelson M. Butters, Gertrude Kaplan, Jordan Alvin Childs, Samuel Nathan Cohen, Charles Dunn, Beatrice Aaronworth, Ron Fayola, Mitchell Fink, Beatrice Fishman, Milton Fried, Simon Geller, Dr. Julius Goldstein, Robert P. Goldstein, Linda Goldston, Goldie Green, Samuel Hackman, Benjamin Halpern, Anna Winter Hirsch, Bert Hoffman, Zelma Hoffman, Edna Lampert Jones, Henny Jansmeyer, Marty Klein, Saul Koppelson, Isidore Lampenfeld, Mary Lample, Mike Liebov, Hyman Leventon, Sylvia Licht, May Lofchi, Sam Malkin, Sydney Mann, Samuel Mervis, Evelyn C. Miller, Lucille Mollenberg, Henry Mordeau, Leon Mordeau, Ron Moritz, Samuel Moskowitz, Harvey Nathanson, Ilse Plout, Dale Picorni, Paul Pretter, Harold Lazar Walbin, Ray Rosen, Betty Rudick, Sophie Schwartz, Betty Silberman, Geraldine Silberman, William R. Sittig Sr., Sherwin Smalley, Zoltan Smoke, William Unger, Earl Weinstein, Marion Ruth Weisband, Albert Witt, Ruth Simon Witt, Dora Young, and Michael Yurko. We also think of those who have died in recent days. We're still in Shiva for Helene Crystal, the mother of Rabbi Daryl Crystal. And just a couple of days ago, the Pittsburgh community lost 3 of our Holocaust survivors, Cantor Moshe Taube, Helen Bayer, and Manny Kolsky. As we think of them, we say, Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing for us and for everyone who knew them, as well as for the entire world, as we offer the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehe Shmei Rabbah mivrach le'olam la'amei al-maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal Shmei dekudesha brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechmata, Damiran be'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehe Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, B'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru Amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, to which we say, Amen. Concluding song is Adon Olam.
Speaking of that the God that from on high, we begin Adon Olam with these words about that God up there, out there, wherever we think of God. By the end, it's about the God that is here for all of us. Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra et nasa b'chefzo kol azai melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kichlot hakol v'yacharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora v'hu haya v'hu hove v'hu yeh b'tifara ya la 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 v'hu echad v'ein sheni lahavshir lo lahachbira b'li reishit b'li tachlit b'lo ha'oz v'hamizrach v'hu Eli v'chai goali v'tzur chavli v'et tzara v'unisi umanos li v'nat kosi b'yom ekra yala la 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 ya la 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 ya 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 la 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 Yado afkir ruchi ve'eti shan ve'ahira v'im ruchi Geviati Adonai li velo ira Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya 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 la 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 ya la 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 ya la la la. We wish you a Shabbat Shalom from the bottom of our hearts.
I'd like to thank everyone who's reached out to me with my mother's passing. It has meant a great deal, a great source of comfort. In the Chilta, the commentary on the book of Exodus, it says that God created the world with chesed, with kindness, that God brought the Israelites out of Egypt with chesed, with kindness. And it's on us, our charge, to bring chesed today into God's world. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.